The aim of the Touch and Rice podcast is to spread fun in the touch football community. We talk a little bit of touch footy chat, but mostly play games and throw some banter. Hosts Cess and Kimmy would like to pay respects to the traditional owners of the land on which we meet.
My name is Jorgie Skiing, and I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet here today. Today we're meeting in Meanjin, and those traditional owners are the Yagara and Turrbal people. And I'd also like to pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging, and acknowledge my people, the Gubbi Gubbi people, and extend that acknowledgement to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people listening in today.
Mabuhay, Kimmy.
G'day, Cess.
It's a good way to start. And we do have also Timmy Schenken in the room with us. We may refer to him as Timmy or Schenks. Might get a bit confusing if we go Timmy and Kimmy. But he's here pressing the buttons and making sure we stay on track with our chat. I'm glad you threw in the g'day, Kimmy, and welcome to everyone for our very, very first episode of the Touch and Rice podcast. Reason for that fusion, I guess, in names is if I talk about why we started this, it really is a fusion of our cultures and also the touch football community, what we love to do, the friendships we've built, but also having fun, which is part of all of our Filipino heritage.
That's it. Can't wait.
So the podcast concept, Kimmy, tell us how that came about, or when I approached you, how did I sell it to you?
I guess we were catching up for dinner and you were telling me about another podcast that you're doing with another one of your friends, and I was telling you about an idea I had for, I guess, a podcast app, and then it just snowballed into something on your end. And as soon as you're like, hey, what do you think about starting something where we can chat about touch, play some games, get some people involved? And I was like, sounds like fun to me. So you didn't really have to do too much to convince me. But
I think if nothing else, it's a good excuse for mates to hang out. And I think the thing that we find with our Filipino culture, we just love to be around people. I love to be around friends. So any excuse to do so. And hey, if we can do a podcast on the back of it, then why not? So here we are. Let's go.
100%.
So we thought for our very first episode, most people don't like talking about themselves and their achievements. So Kimmy and I decided that we'd do that for each other with a bit of a brag sheet. I think I'm going to go first because, should I go last? No, because Kimmy has a very, very amazing, solid brag sheet. So let me just read out your achievements and hopefully it doesn't dwarf mine too much. So Kimmy represented Australia at the senior mixed at the 2013 Super Trans-Tasman in Auckland. She's won 5 NTL titles: Scorps Women's 27s, Scorps Senior Mix 2, Cobras Women's 40s and Mets Open Women's as a manager. Let me just pause on that point for a moment because there's a lot of very, very good touch players that I know that haven't won an NTLs. So that's amazing that you've got 5 titles under your belt. She's won 2 New South Wales State Cups, Women's Div 1 in 2012 and Women's 30s in 2018. She was the manager for the New South Wales Boo at 6 Origin Series from 2012-2022, Women's 20s Mixed Opens and Women's Opens ×4. Manager with TFA for the following: Women's Open Trans-Tasman 2016, Women's 20s Trans-Tasman 2017, 2017 Trans-Tasman and 2018 Women's Trans-Tasman, Youth 20 World Cup with the Women's 20s and Women's Opens World Cup in 2019. She's a manager for the Touch Premiership 2018 Tigers, who were winners, and 2019 Eels, who were runners-up. Seems like everywhere that Kimmy goes, there's success. She's coached the UTS Women's at 11 uni games, 1 gold, 3 silver, 3 bronze, and she's debuting for the Philippines Mixed Opens at this year's Touch World Cup. I should have gone last, I think. But anyway, well done, Kimmy, on all of those amazing achievements. Sounds like there's plenty more to come. Over to you for mine.
yes, well, I see a lot of Queensland in here and I'm not sure that I want to read it out. But anyway, here we go. Cess, you've started off well. You won a New South Wales State Cup with the senior mixed with the mighty Newcastle City Knights. You've also won an NTL's title with the senior mixed with the Hunter Hornets. So congrats to you on that one. You've played in 3 State of Origin series for Queensland. Men's 35s, clean sweeping 2 and being on the other end of 1 clean sweep. Has captained the Philippines Men's Open team at the 2019 Touch World Cup. Missed out on a semi-final against Australia by 1 try in for and against. I think we need to come back to that one. Part of an A-grade side in Toowoomba that won 7 premierships in a row. You are the current director on the Queensland Touch Football Board and are debuting for the Australian men's 40s at this year's Touch World Cup. That's a pretty good brag sheet that you've got there as well, Cess. So well done.
Thank you. Let's go back to a couple of yours. All of the NTL. So the concept of this podcast will be a little bit of chat, but given Kimmy's rap sheet, brag sheet, I think we have to spend a little bit more time on chat, and then we'll get to the fun and games later. But let's talk about the NTL's wins. That's phenomenal. As I said before, 5 titles. I know a lot of people that haven't had one. Is there one of those that... Oh, sorry, Schenks, that's a sore point. And probably
Everyone around me is one.
And the World Cup's probably a bit of a sore point as well, so
Yeah.
sorry about that. Is there a favourite or a standout out of those? And what does it take for someone, Schenks, that hasn't won a World Cup, sorry, not a World Cup, an NTL's title? What does it take?
Look, to be honest, you never forget the first one. So you've won one as well. I'm sure you'll remember that one for a while. That 27s one was actually, majority of the girls in that team were my club teammates. We'd been together on the social park comp level for ages, and then decided to have a crack at NTLs. Funny story with that one, the girls that we beat, it was the Cobras. I'm pretty sure it was the Cobras in the final. I ended up playing with some of them when I won the 40s with them. So full circle moment, played against them, and then 10 years, I think it was 10 years later, won with them under the Cobras banner. But yeah, the first one was just, it was the finals on the main field as well. They don't really play those senior games on that main Field 1 stadium field, but we played, it was the morning of it was Sunday morning, and yeah, it was a long time ago. So, but yeah, that memory pops up for me around March every year, and that's probably the best one for sure.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Your first, well, I've only won one, so definitely my first is my favourite. And I actually had to move interstate, so I'm based up here, and that's how Schenks and I know each other from around Brisbane, and I've lived all over southeast Queensland, played for a few different regions, which I cop a bit of flack for. But yeah, had to move interstate, lived in Newcastle for a little while, 3 years for work, and yeah, was fortunate enough to win a New South Wales State Cup and go on to the region with Hornets and win an NTLs, which is amazing. I'll never forget that. And, you know, and that's what Touch is about, I think, building those friendships, and those friendships will last for a really long time. So anyone that is in the touch football community will definitely know that more than most. So, yeah, a couple of lucky, fortunate, or we've landed in fortunate spots, I guess, to be in the right teams. And because it takes I think, disagree with me if I'm going down the wrong path here, but I think it takes a lot of things going right to win an NTLs. You can either easily have an injury or a horrible semi-final, which you and I have done
many times.
Many times. So the one just gone is a pure example. So I think you can have a really good team and things don't fall your way, and there you go. That's end of the line for that year and on to next year.
I think, especially for an NTL style tournament, whichever team has the most legs at the end probably has the best chance in getting over the line. Yeah. So yeah, injury is a massive factor. Yeah.
And let's continue on the touch chat for a little bit. As I said, this is our maiden episode for the Touch and Rice podcast. Reason for the name, Kimmy? Let's elaborate on that a little bit.
Well, obviously we're here to chat about touch because that's how we all know each other. And the rice is just, it's the staple of the Philippines. I remember when I joined, I'm pretty sure it was F45 or one of those gyms, and the challenge was, it included an eating challenge, and you had to not eat rice, and I was like, no, I'm out.
No way.
Yeah, no, it's not going to happen. Like, why do it for 4 weeks when I'm not going to give it up for the rest of my life? So yeah, rice was the sort of, that one staple food from back home, which you can kind of, I guess use as a metaphor. So we're all basically the same. We're all rice, but we can come in different forms. Short grain, long grain, jasmine, brown rice, sushi rice, sticky rice.
Yeah. So you've explained it really well. So it's touch footy chat with a side of rice / fun and games, Filipino culture, a bit of banter. That's what we're about. So hopefully people enjoy it. Let's move on. A little bit more chat around touch. So I thought we would do a set of 6. So a set of 6 questions that I've prepared for you, you've prepared for me, so we don't know what's coming at us. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure what if our questions are going to be similar or not, but here we go. I've got a few would you rathers, so we'll start off with this one. In a drop-off, would you rather be on the field or in the box?
On the field, 100%.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. And I'm not saying give the ball to me. Like, I'll happily sit out on the wing, but I want to be on the field for sure.
Ballsy.
Yeah. I actually don't know how I'd answer that question. It probably depends on the age division, if I'm being honest, and how fit I am.
That's a good point. I probably jumped the gun a little bit there, but put me on, coach.
Would you rather win with a team with no culture or lose with a team with great culture?
What competition are we winning?
The World Cup.
Oh, that's really, really tough. You hit me really, really tough question. If it's once, I'd have to win the World Cup with a team that I didn't quite if the culture wasn't the same as another team. I think if I went back again, then I'd pick culture every single time.
Yeah.
I'd love to win it just once. And it's a tick box. And going back to our achievements, I guess the thing that is not on my list of achievements yet, not that you're ticking off on things, but I can feel like I don't necessarily have to go out of my way to go back to a New South Wales Cup because I've won one. I'll still go to NTLs because I want to catch 5 if I can with you. But a Queensland State Cup is something that I haven't won. So if I had an opportunity to win that with a team where the culture wasn't quite there, so if it wasn't with a lot of my fellow brothers, I'd probably take that opportunity at least once.
Yeah.
And then go back and play for the culture.
Fair. All right, next one. Would you rather coach an Opens division or play in a senior division?
Damn, your questions are really good. I should have gone first. Again, at my age now, play. 4 years' time, 5 years' time, let's see, maybe coach Opens. But right now, play.
We've got that recorded. Okay. The next question. Which is your favourite tournament to play in and why?
NTLs for me. I've been to one World Cup 2019. That was really cool experience. We'll see. Maybe it's World Cup after the next one. But NTLs or Nationals with the reimagined brand now, it's just although far out, that's nearly on par with New South Wales State Cup. Actually, my first experience is New South Wales State Cup. It's just a really cool atmosphere. It's really cool, to use a buzzword now, vibe. It's just people, especially that know each other from clubs or different clubs, and they've moved to different regions, are still using that as an opportunity to catch up and see each other. And I think NTL still has that, but not as much, probably not as intimate. So I've only played a couple, but I think actually New South Wales State Cup.
They do it better down there. All right. Would you
no comment. Move on. Next question, please.
I've got another would you rather, sorry. Would you rather play men's or mixed?
Oh, man, these questions are fantastic. Would you rather? I really enjoy mixed because especially as a male, I feel like you have a lot more shots or your hands on the ball a lot more, and people are looking to you to either dominate in defence or make a play in attack. And without disrespecting the females either on the field for mixed, because they play super important roles. Some of the best players, teams that I've played in, we've had a really, really strong link girl and has saved my butt as an up middle in defence so many times. So I love playing mixed, and I've won a couple of big tournaments with mixed. But I think my heart lies with men's because you can feel as bad if you're stepping someone. You don't have to worry about stepping a girl and getting roasted for it, and just the physicality as well.
All right, last question. Who are you most looking forward to playing against at the World Cup? Which country?
New Zealand, for sure. I want to get, and they're not going to be the same guys that we played against in 2019, but we, in our pool game, Schenks, you remember this, we drew New Zealand first up, and they did the haka in front of us, first game, first World Cup, fortunate enough to captain the side. It was goosebumps stuff. I will never, ever, ever forget that. So I'm looking forward, not to say that I'll have that same feeling, but we lost that game, I think 10-6. We were quite competitive. Would love to get one over them, even more so if it happens to be a final, even better.
Yeah.
So I think the rivalry's there, possibly, and I haven't played with the Aussie shirt on before, so I can't say this for certain, but I think the rivalry is almost up with the Queensland-New South Wales rivalry. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, definitely. If you think about all the other sports, Australia versus New Zealand in any code, it's the biggest rivalry that we have.
Yep.
So, yeah. Cool.
Thank
survived.
you. They were really good. Really, really good. I'm kind of embarrassed. We can skip over mine if you want. Okay, so my statistics aren't quite as hard-hitting as Kimmy's. So question number 1, tell me about your start into touch. When and how and why did you start playing?
I started playing in year 11 in high school when it was 7-a-side. That's showing my age. And it was, I decided to sign up for it. And then after school, just kept playing with my friends at the same club. And then, I remember some girls walking around saying, do you guys want to play reps? And we all said, no, we're just happy to play socially. And then I got into administration with touch football. And then it was my job to see if I could build the reps program. So then I started playing. And, the rest is history. So.
Okay, well done. Question number 2 is, what position do you play? And / to that, part 2A, is what is your favoured position?
If it's social touch, I like getting involved. So I'll begrudgingly play middle, but I'd prefer to play link. But when it comes to rep stuff, I'm most comfortable on the wing. I feel like I've been around long enough, I can read and see the game quite well. And that's where I can breathe the most on the wing to be able to do that. So it also helps having my reach. I like getting in the passing lane and being that last line of defence. So, yeah.
Tall wingers.
Wing
out
link.
every time.
Yep.
Question number 3, what is your greatest attribute on the touch field?
Physically, my height. As a player, I probably would rather drive for somebody else. I don't like to be the playmaker or the person who controls the ball. I'd rather you give me the ball and I'll just work hard for you. So probably that work hard ethic is my biggest attribute, I would think. I would hope so, actually.
Question 4, you might have guessed this. What's your weakest attribute?
Probably just I've lost a lot of pace, believe it or not. I used to be quick. You couldn't tell by watching me run now. But yeah, my mind works faster than my body. So yeah, I'd say my physical fitness, speed and agility.
Question number 5, you may have already answered this, but what is your best touch footy memory?
It's actually probably going to be winning the New South Wales State Cup with the West's Women's 30s, which was I think it's 6 years ago now, 2018. I think it was 2018. I got to play with some of the GOATs of the game in both my team and in the opposition. Across both teams, I'm pretty sure this stat is almost like spot on. So the two women's teams, 14 in each in a state cup, there were 76 children between all the players. So between 28 women, there were 76 children. And keep in mind, at least 4 from my team, no kids. So if you think about how amazing that stat is on its own, that these women have birthed a tribe of kids and come back to play 30s, even at the age of some of these players were in their 40s, could have played 40s. And it was on the stadium, and the stadium was packed. If you've got that many kids, you can imagine how many of them were in the stadium, and then their friends and so on and so forth. And
well,
it was
I hope
just
76.
It was insane. The atmosphere was insane, and it was just I've never experienced anything, even in an opens. At Aussie Origin NTL level, I've never experienced anything like that. And to have won that as well, we won by 1. They came back and they almost got us into a drop off. Yeah, it's just that's probably the best one for sure.
Wow, what year was that?
2018. Yeah. So
amazing.
we played. It was West versus Cronulla Sharks, and you had
name drop. Let's go.
Oh, so in my team you had the Mohi sisters, Tina and Tara, and then a whole I could list them all, but there was a whole bunch. So those two were still playing. Actually, let's rewind. Out of the 14 in my team, 7 of them had given birth that year. Ooh, wow. So they were probably 8 to 6 months postpartum coming back into a tournament to play. And 30s isn't it's no slow game. It's still pretty competitive. And then in the other team, you had the likes of, Gab Rose. she was leading the charge there as well. And I actually had an ex-teammate who I won women's 27s with the Scorps. She was also playing in that team. So there were
Stacked, both sides.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like it probably would have been Women's Premier League of old.
Last question. This one's a bit rogue. If an actor was to play you in a movie about touch footy, who would play you and why?
That's a really weird question.
I
I don't
know.
even know how to answer it.
I don't know either. It was
If
just a
an
weird
actor
one.
had to play me for touch footy, who's long and lanky?
I didn't think that because I was thinking to myself, okay, if you ask me this question, what would I answer? Shanks, I'll throw it over to you. If you had to pick someone.
Oh, man. Like an actor to
Yeah.
play me.
See, it was easy for me. I wasn't thinking touch it.
Who are you thinking?
I was just thinking someone who I love as an actor. I'd pick Denzel because I just think he's so versatile. He'd probably murder someone if they gave him a hard touch or whatever. Equalizer style. But I just like him as an actor. So I think it'd be really cool. I don't know if he's
yeah.
suited to touch how good he would be athletically, but that's my choice and I'm sticking with it.
I don't know. Who are you thinking?
I don't know.
You've
Put
obviously
me right
had
on the
dreams
spot.
about this.
Yeah.
I have, yeah. I could tell you the other 5 that'd be on this. No, I'm just kidding.
Show us the list.
For some reason, the only person that I can think of right now is Margot Robbie, if she was tanned and had brunette hair and it was chopped off. And I don't know, there's something about her. She's a fun-going person. Her latest movie, obviously Barbie, she can just play any role and adapt. So hopefully she'd find a way to represent me quite well.
I'd watch that movie. Okay. Let's move on. So that's your set of 6, Kimmy. So well done. You've done mine as well. So now we get into the fun part of the podcast where we play a game, basically. So the concept of the podcast going forward is we're going to get someone in the touch community to come on, whether they be a player, a coach, administrator, someone involved in the game, and talk a bit of touch for them. Probably not as much as you and I have talked today, because this is, I guess, setting the scene so people know a little bit about us. And then we'll dovetail into just having a bit of fun and playing some games with them, not necessarily touch related. So let's jump into our first game. Well, actually, before we jump into our first game, let's talk punishment. Because you and I, when we were coming up with this podcast concept, and Schenks, you don't know about this part of it.
I do not.
So we were discussing what is on the line for us, because we could just play games for fun and it's fine. But when people join us, our guests, they're going to be playing for one of us. So there's going to be something on the line. So we don't want them to come in and half-ass it. We want them to play hard, basically, like you and I do on the touch field, right? So we came up with a bet where the loser after season 1 has to do something. And Kimmy, I'll throw over to you. What is that something?
Well, it had to be something that was achievable of doing as well. Like you could say like run a marathon or something like that, and it's just like, oh, that's
No
not, yeah. Also, no, thank you. Yeah. So I've never done this, and I don't think you have either. And I think the older you get, the more something like this would actually put fear in you. As much as I feel like I look like I'm an adventurous person, we've agreed that the loser will have to jump out of a plane.
With a parachute. We're skydiving.
Of course.
Yeah, we're not life and death stakes here. But
also, like, attached to someone, not like solo.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, you have to on your first skydive.
So that's what's on the line. And as Kimmy mentioned, she hasn't done it before. I haven't done it before. What makes this scarier in my mind for me is that I've tried to do it twice before.
Really?
So a good friend of mine, when he was turning 21, we decided to go down to the Gold Coast, jump out of a plane. Happy 21st. I think it's unusual. Went down, couldn't do it. Weather came over. The instructors basically said, 1, it's too dangerous. 2, you're not going to be able to see anything. Sorry, boys, can't do it this weekend. So that was strike number 1. Strike number 2, I was over in Europe, and there was an opportunity with the tour group that I was on to jump out of a helicopter over the Swiss Alps. So I was like, hell yeah, let's go, let's do it. Weather came over, too dangerous, couldn't do it. So in my mind, I had gone, well, I'm not going to tempt fate. Strike 3, I'm not doing that. So skydiving is just not on the cards for my lifetime. And then when we came up with this podcast and we were talking about, and Kimmy threw out that as an option, I sheepishly agreed because rightly so, I think as you get older, and I've got 2 young kids now, you just think, oh man, should I be doing this? So we're going to be playing hard, I think is the bottom line of the story. We're going to be giving our everything into this challenge because I'd prefer not to be jumping out of the plane at the end of our first season.
Do you know what's actually funny? I didn't even think about this. So I was meant to go for my 21st. My sister bought me a voucher to go skydiving. She actually printed off a piece of paper and said, I will buy you the skydiving. She never did. And then
We'll tag her in this.
and then last year, I did some travel around Europe, and one spot that we went to was Switzerland, and there was an opportunity, same thing, to jump out of a helicopter, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll do that. And spoiler, Switzerland's just too expensive, but there you go.
Yeah, so we're
Same,
both in a
but different.
similar situation. I'm not so quietly nervous about losing this challenge. So I'll be giving my all in every single game that we have. These podcasts will be released fortnightly. I think we're going to start off until a massive sponsor jumps on and throws a heap of money at us. TFA, hint, hint, and then we'll do this full time. But no, fortnightly to begin with, and these games will be an ongoing rolling thing. So Schenks will keep score and keep us updated with who's in the lead and who's got to prepare for their maiden jump. 3rd time lucky, hopefully.
If you're on my team, bring your A game. Otherwise, just don't even bother coming. That's all I have to say.
Okay, so Schenks, over to you, mate. You've been sitting there quietly for the whole episode. What are we doing today?
All right. I believe this is called the Finnish word game. A lot of people have been doing it over TikTok, Instagram, that type of thing. So basically, I've got a word here, and then you have to connect the second word with mine, you two. And then obviously if you get the matching word, you score a point.
Gotcha. So you're going to say, the way it's going to work, you're going to say the start of the word?
Yep, I'll say the first word.
Yep.
And then we'll go 3, 2, 1, and then you both.
And if we match with you, we get a point.
Correct.
Okay.
I feel like you've got an unfair advantage already. I saw you walk in here. You guys had a handshake that lasted bloody 20 minutes.
That's true.
It
Let's
goes for a
connect
while.
here.
Yeah, it does go for a while. All right. We starting it?
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
First one is Mike. Like the name Mike. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Tyson.
Larry.
What?
Did you mean like a name? Someone Mike?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you say?
I said Tyson.
Oh, damn. I was going to say.
I said Larry. Mike Larry.
Damn it. I was thinking
Who is that?
I was actually thinking that.
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys.
Oh,
Mike
Oh,
Larry.
I psyched myself out because when you said like the name Mike, I
Yes.
didn't know if you meant Mike someone or like Mike
Raphone.
Raphone, and that's what I went for. But but in my mind, I was like, oh, Mike Lowry, because you know the.
Have you
Bad
seen
Boys?
that
Damn it.
Family Feud one where he goes around and it was something like pork or something, and it was like pork chops, pork loin, and the guy goes, "Cupine."
Yeah, that's
I've
what
seen
I've
that.
just done. Yeah,
I think I've seen that.
come
Well,
on, man.
let me tell you now, there are no, what do they call it? Syllables.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
You should have
So it'll
clarified
just
that.
be the, yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
gotcha.
should have said that at the start. So you
That's
did
all right.
that.
0-0.
Nil all, yes. All right. Second word, touch. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Down.
Football.
Footy. I said
Yeah.
footy. Yeah, he's got it.
One.
I said
Yep,
down.
one.
Touchdown.
Did you want to?
Oh yeah, I'll keep score. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Watching too much Australian
one.
Idol.
Thought you might have got that one.
Okay.
All right. Boxing. 3, 2, 1.
Glove.
Ring.
Boxing. What did you say? Glove.
Glove.
Oh, you were a lot closer than me.
What did you say?
I said ring.
Oh, that was the other one I was thinking of.
Nice.
Dang it.
Okay.
I'm making it tricky. Don't worry. All right. Photo.
Ooh.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Bomb.
Shop.
Shop. Did you say Photoshop?
Yeah.
Oh.
Man.
I actually just realised too that was a
Yeah.
a syllable.
I
Yeah.
know, because I
as
was
I
gonna-
said it, I was like, that one is.
I was going to go photograph, but I was like, oh no, Schenks said
I was
no.
going to say photograph
Yeah.
as well.
Man,
Not
you
bad.
are really bad at this.
My bad. All right. Okay. Moon.
Oh.
Hang on. Moon?
Yep.
I'm struggling here. Okay. I'll go for
right.
this. I think this is a syllable, but I'm going to go for it.
Same.
3, 2, 1.
Light.
Walk.
Yes! My man.
Yeah.
Moonwalk. Yes.
There you go.
2-0.
All right.
All right. Another name one. Michael.
If you
But
do not say this name, I'm going to be very, very angry.
It could be a trick one.
I'm not
Just
going
saying.
for trick. I'm going safe.
Okay. Michael. 3, 2, 1.
Jordan. Has to
Oh,
be.
perfect.
What else could you have gone?
Well, you could have gone Jackson.
I could have
As soon
gone
as I
Jackson
said
after
J,
moonwalk.
I'm like, Jordan.
It had to be Jordan.
Moonwalk. Followed
For
it up
anyone that
with
doesn't
Michael.
know, Filipinos basketball,
100%.
it's
Yeah.
touch
a
footy and
marriage.
rice. It happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you both get a point.
3-1.
How many more have we got left?
Ooh. I think you got another 15.
Okay, good.
Okay. We've
Yeah.
got plenty.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. Captain.
Oh.
I think I know where you're going with this, but I'm nervous. I'll tell you why afterwards because I don't want to give Kimmy a clue.
Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Marvel.
America.
What did you say?
Marvel. I knew it was going to be
Yeah.
Marvel,
Kimmy
and
got
I
that
just
one.
took
Yeah.
myself
I was
into
going to put Marvel down, but I thought I'd go with the OG.
Okay. America.
I'm going to admit, I actually, at first, was like Captain Cook, and I was like, no.
This guy's not saying Captain Cook.
I'm not saying that.
I knew it was going to be Marvel. Actually, let's talk about that. So, was it Touch World Cup when the Avengers came out?
Correct.
And we
were in the Philippines.
in the Philippines,
Yep.
and we went to the midnight screening.
Yeah. No, it was like, I'm pretty sure it was like 3 a.m. or
Yeah,
something.
it was
2 a.m.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Cinema was packed.
Yeah.
And we had a couple of guys in our team who were, if you said Marvel fanatics, that is huge underestimate. You're almost one of those.
Yeah, I'm right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay. Side note, but
Yeah.
damn it.
I only actually got into it during COVID. There was nothing to do, and I sat down and I watched like every single one in chronological order.
Wow.
I think after, because it's quite a long movie as well, after that screening, we went to a food court or something and we just were talking about the movie again, like reliving moments. What about when this happened? Oh, whatever. It was cool.
Yeah. That was crazy
Good times.
atmosphere too.
It was one of those moments, sorry to harp on this, but I think it was one of those movies, and it's only happened to me 2 or 3 times where I didn't do it because I find it a little bit weird, but when the movie ends, when people stand up and applause, that is
Yeah.
really weird to me, but it was one
I
of
think
those.
that was one of the only movies that I've had that happen. Like people applauding like that.
I'm pretty sure
and
there was
cheering.
a guy with us that did it. Remember?
Name drop.
Oh, I don't know if I do remember.
I think it was Willow. I think Chris Williams.
Oh yeah, I think it was. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
Willow,
In enthusiastic fashion.
sit down, Willow. What are you doing there? Anyway.
All right.
Okay, 3-2. Sorry for that extended
all right.
Marvel chat.
All right. Next word. Body.
Gotcha. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Guard.
Wash.
Wash.
Yeah.
Was
What
not.
did you say, Kimmy?
I said body drop.
Body drop. What's body
What
drop?
is body
Oh,
drop?
when you body drop someone.
Oh, like a wrestling move?
I guess so.
I don't
Okay.
think that's a thing, Kim.
Oh.
Body drop.
I wasn't guessing you were going to go with body wash, to be honest.
I
but-
did not have body wash down that.
What did you say?
Guard.
Bodyguard.
That was the
Good
other
one.
I was
That is a
thinking
good one.
of, yeah.
I didn't even think of that when I was looking at the word. All right. Space.
Okay, if we're on the same wavelength here, this should be an easy win.
Maybe not.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Jam.
Ship. I knew you were going to say jam.
Yeah.
I
What
knew
was
straight
it?
away.
Was it jam?
Ship.
Yes.
Man, if
I
you
knew-
knew. Oh, man.
Hey,
Okay.
I gotta keep it even.
Okay.
Otherwise, you'd get all the
Space
questions.
I didn't even think of Space Jam. That would have been
You're supposed to be my boy. Okay.
All right. Train.
I got something, but I don't know. You've had some weird answers. I don't know if this is going to fit.
3, 2, 1. Station.
good. We got the
Wreck?
same. Wreck, yeah.
Oh, at least you got the same.
Well, it doesn't help either of us. 3-3.
All right. Star.
Star. Have you got something?
Yep.
This won't be it, but I'm stuck. Star. Okay. I think I'm done here with this one.
3, 2, 1.
Gaze.
Wars.
Star Wars. Idiot.
Did you say Star Games?
Yeah, Stargaze.
Gaze.
Oh, Star Games.
I couldn't think. I wasn't thinking movies. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
You said Star Wars, didn't
Yeah.
you? Oh,
Thought you were going to say Star Trek.
that is such a loss for me. I was
Well,
going to
you
say
would've got that
I was going
one.
to say Starship.
I already said spaceship.
Hmm.
I wouldn't have said Starship.
Oh man. Okay. How many more?
All right. There is.
Because Kimmy's up 4-3.
10 more.
Okay.
There's 10
I got
more.
time. I got time.
All right.
Lock in. Lock in.
Chocolate.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Bar.
Shake.
Chocolate cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Chip.
Chip.
I said bar. They're all legitimate answers.
Yeah,
I feel.
that's fair. Money.
We got nothing.
I don't either.
Think of phrases, maybe.
Money goes with money. Have you got something?
No. I think,
Yeah.
I
Really?
think this is where you put in 2 minutes later. And we're still sitting here going, money.
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 Oh, yeah.
You
It's
have
not going to
something?
be it, but
No. I'm thinking of, I won't say it.
it's not even a phrase. Maybe it is. Okay. I got something.
I don't. Money. Is this common?
Not really. When I thought about what you could put with it, it wasn't. So it's a little harder,
Yeah.
this one.
I can only think of a movie. This won't be it. But okay. All right.
3, 2, 1.
Penny.
Talks.
Money talks.
Money talks.
That's
did
what you
say?
said.
What did you say?
I said penny.
Money penny. I said Money Ball. It's a movie.
Money
Have you
Ball,
seen it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Money-
I knew that wasn't going to be it.
Money Mayweather.
Money talks.
I was
Okay.
thinking Money Mayweather
Yeah, that's fair.
as well.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But there, to be fair, there isn't a lot that goes with money. As
There
you and I
isn't.
just found out.
I had to chuck some like harder ones in. I didn't want to chuck ones that. Yeah.
That's fair.
All right. Slam.
Okay, Jordan. let's
Surely.
go.
3, 2, 1. Dunk.
Okay. 5-4.
All right. Brisbane.
Sucks. No, I'm joking.
Ooh.
2024 premiers is too long. Okay. Okay, I've got it. Okay, here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Broncos. Had to be.
I was going to go with Lions, and I know you're a league
Yeah, I
fan.
thought you might have thought that too.
I was almost going to go. Oh, I actually wasn't, but I thought if you were trying to be tricky, you might have gone Bullets on the basketball theme. Same dunk, Michael Jordan.
Could have gone Brisbane River.
No. No one's going to say that. Okay, 6-5. Kimmy is up.
All right. Knock.
It's a phrase?
Like knock.
Oh, got you. Yep. I think I've got one. I think I
Okay.
know what you're going
Yep.
to say.
3, 2, 1.
Out.
On.
He said out. He
Yeah,
said
I said
on.
knock on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Computer.
I think I've got something.
I've got something, but I don't think this is going to be it.
Neither. It was the first thing that came to my
Yeah, mine
mind.
too. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Game.
Desk.
I said whiz.
Whiz.
Computer whiz.
Game.
That one would
and
that
you
would have
said
been
desk.
hard because there's a lot of things you could put with it.
Yeah.
I'll try to make it like a simple one. All right. Watch.
Is this a phrase? No.
No clues.
Okay. I can only think of wristwatch. You good?
Ooh, actually, okay. I think I've changed it. Yep.
I know this isn't going to be it, but I can't think of anything else. You know when you get stuck and you've just blanked out the most obvious?
Yeah, I
And
feel
then-
like you overcomplicate because you think, oh, it couldn't be that, and then you search for other.
This is going to be so wrong and I'm going to look like a massive nerd. Okay, let's go.
3, 2, 1.
Tower.
TV.
Watch TV?
Yeah, watch TV.
You are the worst host at this. Okay. Kimmy, what did you say? How did
I
you
said
do?
the same. I said tower.
You both said tower.
Yeah.
I was going to go with out, as in like watch out. And then I'm like, ooh, Game of Thrones, maybe.
I said watch
Watch
TV.
tower.
So I said it could be something simple.
If anyone is available as a button presser for a podcast,
wow. Okay.
one and done.
All right.
No, you're doing good. You're doing good.
Donald.
There's two ways you could go here.
Yep.
I'm going to lock in one way.
I could be the same. We're about to find out.
Okay.
Good.
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Trump.
Duck. Oh ho ho.
Why? Man. Okay.
Oh no, what's going on over there?
It was it was duck or Trump for sure.
All right. Light.
Two separate words.
Yes. I think.
Okay. Have you got something?
Yep.
Let's go.
3, 2, 1.
Tower.
House.
Lighthouse. I didn't say lighthouse.
Light tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
guess.
said
Another name
switch.
for a
Light
lighthouse.
switch.
How many more, Tim? I'm behind 7-5.
This is the last one.
Oh, you're done. Okay, let's do it for fun. This is worth 5 points.
All right. Lay.
I'm going to go for this because you've gone for some really weird combinations.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh,
Could be
Okay.
an easy one.
yep.
3, 2, 1.
Down.
Up.
Lay up.
Just gave you a layup, man.
Basketball.
Yeah. See, but he's switched. He's gone basketball theme, something so random.
Hey,
back
if
to
I
bas-
went full basketball theme, Kimmy wouldn't get any right.
Kimmy, congratulations.
Well done, Kimmy.
1-0 up. Here we go. So that is the end of the game today. That's the end of our official podcast chat. So
I heard it's the end of the season too.
it is. Well, let's
Let's hope
hope
not.
not, because I need some time to make this back. Already a bad start for me. 1-0 up to Kimmy. So for the challenge of jumping out of a plane, aka skydiving, for the loser of this bet. So our first guest better bring it on because I am needing at least to bring it back on par. thank you both for coming on to the podcast for our initial
worries.
run. It's been a lot of fun. And question we're going to ask all of our guests, and I think it's only fair if we ask each other as well, to end the podcast, your favourite dish, because obviously we know that touch footy and rice go together really well. What is your favourite dish to have with rice?
Me, it's chicken adobo every day.
Chicken adobo.
Yeah, times 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's got to be chicken.
Has to
Yeah.
be. Yeah.
I've had pork adobo, but chicken adobo.
Also not too bad.
The
But
winner. If you don't know what that is, if you are part of the Filipino community, of course you know what that is. If you don't, find a Filipino friend and invite yourself over for dinner. You will not regret it. Thank you for joining us, everyone. We look forward to the next chat with our next touch footy superstar, or maybe not superstar, but touch footy guest. Talk more touch and play some fun games.
Cannot wait.
Thank you, guys.
Let's go.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to the Touch and Rice podcast. Please join us on all our socials, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Touch and Rice Podcast.